TIFU by sending my stepbrother to the hospital for eating TikTok chocolate. A couple of months ago, I, 20M, bought this viral TikTok chocolate called Party Chocolate, 200 mg HHC 100 mg D9, and I got it from the TikTok shop. I get it. Then I put it in the freezer for later and kinda forgot about it for a couple of days. Honestly, days later, my stepmother calls me telling me her son is at the telling me they found drugs in his system. I immediately knew why, and I know my stepbrother, 18M, would never do such a thing willingly. My parents are very anti-drugs, and I got in really bad trouble and had to move out when they found out it was basically all my fault. My stepbrother is a Mexican immigrant with no insurance, and now I have to help out pay the hospital bill, which came in recently at almost $50,000. I don't have the money, especially now that I had to move out. Any advice to help reduce his hospital bill without insurance and with drug cases like this? Am I able to hold TikTok accountable for this since I live in Texas? TLDR. I bought weed chocolate from TikTok shop. My stepbrother ate it, got sent to the and now I am $50K in debt. I can't say about the hospital bill part. I can tell you that buying THC or Delta hemp products is illegal in Texas for those under 21. So the legal route may not be your best bet. I must be very out of the loop. WTF is a TikTok shop? Like a dispo? What in the absolute hell is the TikTok shop? Fuck that hospital bill. First, you don't have to pay the hospital. They can't force you to do this. And if they truly don't have insurance, they need to communicate with the hospital. A better question would be why your stepbrother felt entitled to eat something they didn't know what it was. At 18 they should be able to read. Why would TikTok be responsible for your brother eating something that you purchased? Don't pay though. It's not your fault. And besides, your parents kicked you out anyway, so they've essentially lost any leverage over you. Am I able to hold TikTok accountable for this since I live in Texas? How about you hold yourself accountable for the screw up? No one forced you to buy it. No one forced you to leave it in a communal fridge. If you want to do adult things, then you gotta be an adult about it. You are only in debt if you agree to be responsible for it. Your parents are the ones who should be responsible for that bill. Personally, I would call the hospital billing department to get the true legal aspect of this. $50,000 seems high for a hospital bill. If you want to help, then ask for an itemized bill to be sent to you from the hospital. You might be able to fight some of the charges on it. No, you can't sue TikTok. I'm really sorry that happened. It sounds like a terrible accident. Although it does sound like you were a bit negligent for leaving it where your stepbrother could find it. He also shouldn't have eaten chocolate that he found without knowing anything about it. Your family's best bet is talking to the hospital and telling them that you can't pay that much. They may be able to do a sliding scale based on your income, or at least set up a payment plan. Honestly, even though your stepbrother is only 18, he should really help pay some of the costs, since he does bear some of the blame. But you bear most of the blame, and it would be horribly unfair for your stepmother to have to pay that much for your mistake. If he and your parents, you should help. Talk to a financial person at the hospital. They usually have charities or can waive the whole thing if you can't afford it. I've had a few waived in the past 'cause I didn't have money to give. It's worth a try. Usually they need financial documents etc. showing income taxes etc. but I'm guessing he might not have all that at his age. Just see. He has to go and request charity care through the hospital billing department management depending on the hospital. Had a bill similar to that and didn't pay close to that after charity care when it was all said and done. The person that applied in my case for it was an immigrant on a work, travel visa or student visa, so it worked for them. Stick with me until the end. First, ask the hospital for an itemized list and F charges. Go through the list. Dispute a lot of it. Find common items that are way overpriced. $38.62 for 200 milligrams ibuprofen type stuff. Haggle over that. Get it dropped down as much as you can. Ask them for any sort of hardship discount. Don't set up a plan. Ask them for a settlement discount after that. If they don't give you a number, tell them you'll call back next month. Rinse and repeat. Once you finally get a low number, get it in writing and the new bill. Take the new bill to your folks. Tell them you paid $37,820. 56 of the $50,000 bill. Whatever you got it knocked down to. And they can pay the rest. Also, you can hire a medical advocate to help you with this. Even if you don't give the hospital a dime, you've still helped them financially. And, unless your brother has special needs, they can pay the rest as a stupid tax for raising an incompetent adult. ETA. A lot of hospitals are non-profits, so they will usually work with you pretty easily. If it's for profit, wouldn't be surprised. HCA has trashed our regional hospital system. Then don't pay anything until they start to work with you and you have a settlement number. No money for big bad CORPO types. This comment section is braindead. Stealing someone's food should not make someone responsible for $50,000 of debt. And if you live in a house where your parents are strictly anti-drug, then you are obviously going to assume some random chocolate bar is not going to be laced with something. You're only on the hook for that hospital bill if you voluntarily agree to it. They kicked you out because of your stepbrother's idiot decisions. Don't pay a dime. Was it written on the package that it was THC? Did your brother not look at it before eating it? I don't think this is even a real event. Foo. He needs to tell the hospital that he had no insurance and request financial assistance. I had a $10,000 hospital reduced to $1,000 after filing for financial assistance. Most hospitals hike up their bills so they have room to negotiate with the insurance companies. No hospital in the world would bill you for that. Only your parents would want you to. The thing is, they just kicked you out, so really they have no leverage in the matter. The stepbrother is stuck with it, and at his age it's easy for him to tell them to eat his shorts. And have bad credit for 6 years. 1. You bought a substance that was illegal in your state. 2. You put said substance in a communal area. 3. An 18-year-old shoved food into his mouth without reading the label to figure out what it was, or where it came from. I question would he had done the same with X-Lax. 4. The candy bar is clearly marked with 200 milligrams HHC. If your brother didn't know what that was, why was he throwing it into his pie hole? 5. Your parents freaked out and are now looking to shift the blame onto you. 6. You are freaking out about your parents freaking and are trying to blame the most innocent party in all of this. TikTok. 7. Your brother, being of legal age, is responsible for the hospital bill, not your parents. Are you? If anything, ask them to itemize the bill and it could reduce a portion, usually more than half.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.